Hello, good morning everybody. Thank you for coming to join me today. I just wanted to share with you a couple of journals that I've made. These are my design team project for Rachel, Roxy's Creations, and the kits that I've used are mainly her botanical kits. So they're both very similar, so I'll try and be as quick as I can and I'll try and get both done in one video. Slightly different covers. This one is hand-pieced lozenge shape fabrics that I've sewn together by hand, and then I've machine stitched to give it a kind of a wadded feel, and it has got quilting wadding down underneath that fabric, so it's all different blues, and it's tied together with some seam binding, and the seam binding that I use is from Laura, the Papered Soul. She has some beautiful colours, and I just thought it matched this one so well. So this one, as I say, it's a soft cover. It measures 9 inches by about 6¼ inches. Sorry, I'll try and keep in frame. There, hopefully you can see that. So on the inside, I've lined it with a bright turquoise kind of fabric, and it's got some crocheted edging that I had left over from a vintage tablecloth that I've used there. And then I've used Rachel's beautiful botanical kits in this one. And I've also used Mrs Cogs. Gosh, I can't remember what that one's called. I'll try and remember what it's called and I'll put it below. But there's a couple of Mrs Cogs images in here as well. So they go tuck in that pocket there. So it's got some fabric ruffled down the edge there. Beautiful papers. A lot of the papers in this are quite blue, and I think that's why I chose the blue fabric. This is the flip. I've shown how to do this. It was inspired by Amy from Crafty Cat, and I think I did a video on that a while ago. So if I just move it across, so there's a tuck spot in there, and there's Rachel's wallpapers on that one, and then I've fussy cut one of her birds. Excuse me reaching. So it flips out there. It's got another card in there. And I think all the papers that I've used in here are Rachel's. And then this one again is one of Mrs Cogs in the back there. So there's writing space there as well. Let's move it back across. So we've got some book page there. These are fabric squares that I've sewn down the edge of the paper and just done a little mushroom cluster just there. And again, Rachel's beautiful papers there. This is a couple of, well, that's one of Rachel's tags, and then I've cut a piece of her wallpaper in the shape of a tag and fussy cut an owl out there. And that's just flips out so that you can still journal on that page. One of her book pages and a little fabric snip. Doily. I think that's one of my most favourite pages in Rachel's botanical kits, that one. And then again, one of Mrs Cogs images there, and that just tucks up underneath there. And they're all backed with coffee stain paper, or tea dyed, sorry. Book page there, and I've just left the flip there. And I've left it, if you wanted to glue it and have it as a pocket, you could do, but I've left it with as an option. I've put a belly band of my fabric snips just there. And then there's one of Rachel's papers in there, one of the pages that I didn't use inside the journal. And I've just put that as an extra page, and it just decorates there. So that when you turn it over, it just flips over and you can take it out. Okay, hope this is staying in screen. It's quite dark today as well, so I hope you can see okay. Another of Rachel's pages just there. Book page. One of the page there with the patchwork edge round, just of some papers that I had left over. Another vintage book page there, and the lovely bluebird. And then there's one of these CD cases that I've decorated, and I've put one of the images there from Rachel's papers, and then that just flips out. So you can write on the back there, and you can still write on this page as well. And then again, one of Rachel's papers there. And then this is one of the pockets that I did recently. I did a sort of a tutorial on that as well. So there's extra papers there for you to write on. And then there's a journal card in the back there. That's one of Rachel's actual book pages as well. Some baking paper. Rachel's kit page. And then again, another of the mushroom clusters with the fabric sewn down the edge as well. So you can see the stitching on there, but I quite liked that you could see the image of the mushroom. Another ruffle just there. Centre of the signature has some little beads on the dangle there. And then this, this was inspired by Amy from Crafty Cat as well. And so there is one of my videos on making this. So that pops out. There's a journaling card in there. If I can get it back in. And then that flips up like that so that you've got extra journaling space just there. And there's a journaling card that just goes in that pocket as well. I didn't make it an extra tuck because it's quite heavy on the paper as it is. So I wanted to get it glued down really well. So that just flips over. More of the mushrooms, and look at that beautiful bird. Lots of journaling space in this one. Again, Rachel's old book page. And again with this, there's a journaling card in there, and that's one of Mrs Cogs images as well. And then that just paper clips so that that flips out. And again, if you wanted to close that as a pocket, then you know you could do, but I've left it as an option. One of the envelopes, altered envelopes here, so I think you saw me make this one if you'd watched the videos. So there's got the little kingfisher sat in that pocket there. Sorry, excuse me reaching. And then I've put a card behind it as well, just behind that one. More of the patchwork page just there. I think there's over 80 pages. I forgot to do an actual count. Again, that's the book page that will expand out, or you can make it into a pocket if you want. Another of Mrs Cogs images just there. Napkin. And then this is, this hangs, no, I've attached it actually, didn't I? I couldn't remember, I thought I'd put it as a hang over the page, but I've attached it to the actual page, so it does flip up. And there's a journaling card that you can see in there, and Rachel's wallpapers, and just a little pocket there. Somebody asked me, does the tag not fall out because it's hanging upside down? And no, it doesn't. It's in there quite securely, so it doesn't drop out. And then it's one of a book page that's been folded over, so there's a pocket, one of Rachel's pages there, and then there's a pocket with the tag in with some extra journaling paper, and a beautiful image of an owl. I think that might be one of Mrs Cogs' owls as well. So the owl just peeking out there. And then it's attached to the top of the page behind. More of the mushrooms. This book page, it was just a blank page, and so I've put a piece of straw paper. I think that's about my last piece of straw paper now. I've got a couple of little bits left, I think. And then I've done is it called a waterfall? So if I just move the book so that you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, so they just flip up. So there's extra journaling space there, just with those cards. And then in the back, I've just made a little one of, I think this was an idea from Rachel as well. So it just opens up. So there's a little pocket just there, and some tracing paper there, and then there's some book pages here, just for extra journaling space. And then there's a pocket, 2 pockets in the back there. and then they just tuck in there. And then there's a little tuck spot just there at the side. And then that just folds over and ties together and just goes in that pocket. So that's the quilted blue, and that will be listed as quilted blue. And then this one, it's the same format on, or just about the same format on the inside. This one, it has a detachable, that comes off, so that's a crocheted doily that I've put lace, again the seam binding from Laura from the Papered Soul, and a couple of beads. And then this fabric, it's like a navy, well it is a navy blue with lime green thistles on it, which I've hoarded this fabric for quite a while, so I decided finally to use it. So same kind of format. So this one, it's lined with grey. It's got the side pockets, whereas the other one had the pockets at the bottom. And again, it's got the, this is made from one of Rachel's papers. I love this yellow paper. Isn't it beautiful? So I've got it upside down, look, silly me. So this one again, it's got a couple of pockets in there. And then it's got the book pages and some tea-dyed and different papers that I've had left over. There's a little journaling spot. There's a little pocket just there. And then again, there's a little journaling card or playing card tucked in there. And then that just folds up again. I'll put that back in a bit. So again, the botanical papers with the sparrow on there. Again, the same kind of format with the same pocket. So that flips out. One of Mrs Cogs cards there. A couple of journaling cards in there. And in there. I'll put those back when we've finished. Okay, can you see? Yeah. Book page. Love the parrot. Again, the couple of cards that flip there. The mushrooms and the fabric. And that, I think is a pigeon, sat just there. And again, one of Mrs Cogs cards just there. I will list which kit that was from. That flips out. And again, there's the snippet belly band just there. Oops, a daisy. And again, it's got the paper just tucked in. So that's just some extra journaling space. It just sits on there, and you can just see that little bird. So you don't, you know, you don't have to have it just there if you don't want to. You can use that paper anywhere. Just adds a bit of interest, I thought. The book page again. So they've got different kit pages in this one, but the same kind of ephemera and pockets and things. And the same patchwork snips around there. And then again, we've got that lovely kingfisher there, and that flips out. Rachel's papers again. And then this one, it has the same kind of pocket. So there's a card there in the top. And then that opens up, and then there's some extra little papers in there, and the lovely bird. And again, one of Rachel's actual vintage papers. Some more of the baking paper, and the mushroom snip just there. And then in the middle again, it's got the same beads as the other one, and this one's got the owl there, but he flips out, and there's a pocket on the back. Hopefully you can see, and then that lovely image, that lovely owl. And then one of Rachel's doilies and papers there, look. And it says the hour is late. That's one of Tracy's labels. So I had to use that with the owl. And then the wallpapers through there. The mushrooms on there. Sorry, I've got a funny setup today because I've had trouble. I've been using my phone to record and it's playing up today. So I've got the iPad on and it's a bit difficult for me to get the right angle. So I hope that you can see okay. Again, the paper clips up there just to hold that page closed, but it does flip out. And say you can use it as a flip out or not. Just glue it, or if you don't want it to flip out. And again, there's the bird in there, so that's the altered envelopes that we did. I love that little bird. There's so much you can do with Rachel's botanical kits. I mean, I've used them a few times now, and I think the journals that I've made, they all look different each time I use them. They have such beautiful images on. That just tucks behind there, leave him peeking out. And again, the straw paper on there. There's a bit of Lulu's kit there, look. The book page there, and again one of Mrs Cogs' images just there. So there's quite a lot of texture in these journals, which I've enjoyed doing. And I like the greens and the blues together. I know it's not everybody's taste, but I like lime green and navy blue together, so I hope you do as well. And again, this one lifts up. So there's a tuck spot. Can you see that at the back there? So there's a pocket just there. And again, some more of Rachel's wallpapers and one of her birds on there, and it doesn't fall out, it's in there nice and firmly. And then a little tuck spot there with some extra journaling space on, and then one of Rachel's papers that I've just cut and put on there as the pocket. And again, that's attached at the top, it's stitched on there. And again, we've got the 3 waterfall pockets there, papers, sorry, so there's 1, 2, 3. So that's just some extra space that can be journaled on and hidden, or photos or whatever you want on there. But I like the owl peeking out on that one. And then in the back there's a couple more journaling cards. So that's my 2 botanical journals, and then just that's what they look like with the frill on them, look. So hopefully you like those, and hopefully you could see them okay. I hope it's a good enough view. So these, they will be listed in my Etsy store, and as I say, most of the papers that I've used in here are from Rachel's Botanicals or the coffee dyed sets. So I hope you've enjoyed looking at them, and if anybody has any questions, please do let me know. Thank you so much for coming to join me. I really do appreciate it. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.